What's up, guys? It's John with National Sports Entertainment, and my preseason pick, which also had some really nice odds if had it came through, is officially shot. As you know, you probably know, the Sixers were officially eliminated. So obviously, I need to reassess. I took a good bit of roasting, which I again, when I do well, people praise my picks, so I have no problem with people that, told me that the Celtics were going to win. Same thing with the Lakers, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong, so that's all we can do there. I did think if anything, they just kind of reinforced the Doc narrative as far as, I guess that's exactly what he's going to be remembered as. I'll probably get fired. But as far as narratives, the one thing that I mentioned, and this is just for a reassessment, like I said, all my system's always going to be about how we can make the most profits. But the one thing that I did find interesting now has come up and confirmed itself. I'd gone over just in several videos. The one thing I found a little disconcerting with the Sixers was they keep showing. But they keep alluding to teams back in 2020, and they made a point of, fans coming out saying that championship didn't count, that year didn't count. And now, sure enough, as I went over the possibility, we now have the exact same Final Four. So I find that pretty interesting. Coming from Alex Caruso, 2020 world champion, put that out. And we do. We have the exact same Final Four. And I'm almost wondering if, since fans were not buying that 2020 victory, they want to remind people, no, that happened. So they're going to literally run the exact same script. I just find it really interesting. So I am way more on board with that theory now. Now, I liked the Nuggets a lot when it was the possibility of them matching up with Embiid. I thought that made sense. And I thought that withdrawal, maybe not as well as the Lakers, but I still thought that would be a draw. Now, obviously, the Sixers are gone, so we have to reassess. But it comes down to, are they going to literally repeat history? Are they going to have it be the Heat and Lakers again? I would normally say yes, but nothing tells me that they would do that. Again, they have the exact same team, the Heat do. Minus PJ. Bam's a little better. I just don't see that sell. They do fit my color theory, but again, I have to just be honest with the narratives and things of that nature. And one thing that I know so many people have been saying Celtics Lakers for a while now, and the reason that I'm on board with it now is, at least completely on board, is because now they're going out of their way to say, oh, yeah, the bubble didn't count. But 3 years later, these guys are back. I don't know why 3 years later it would matter. Like, even if they have completely different teams than 3 years ago. So it's just a weird thing to put out. It's almost, again, just to remind people, nope, that championship is 100% without an asterisk. So the way the Celtics have been presented, yeah, I guess the Heat could beat them, but to me it wouldn't make any sense. And furthermore, we have to talk about the Bill Russell death. To me, I always look at those things essentially like, Madden died, the Raiders didn't win. So I don't think they always do it. And a lot of times I feel like they do it to smear the person. But that being said, Bill Russell dying in between what could be two Celtics finals appearances, I do find very interesting. So they go to the finals, they lose, he dies, they go back to the finals, right? So looking at it all, and then looking at Jason Tatum, the X Factor, and why is he the X Factor? Well, obviously they're pushing this man to the moon. They're trying to push Jimmy buckets, but you could tell it's going to be a deal where he just goes nuts and they can't get the job done as a team. That's what I think happens. But Tatum here, there's literally, they push him as, I went over him in my second or third ever video, going into Kobe Bryant and what I think happened to him. and how odd it was, the way they were pushing Tatum as this diehard Kobe guy and basically saying he's the next Kobe. And so he just beats Philly, and now he's playing Kobe's old team. And what's interesting is there was a video Tatum did. You could probably go YouTube it. He's showing off his shoe collection. And sure enough, and I had gone into the 413 because that number just comes up so much with Kobe. 413, if you go to that exact spot, it's when just if you click on it on a timeline 413, it's that second he starts talking about his Kobe shoe, all of his Kobe shoes. So it's interesting. I never really trusted the guy. I think when something happened to Kobe, Tatum, Booker, a few of these other guys that are considered Kobe, loyalists, were kind of given a nod. But it is very interesting because we have the illegitimate son, or whatever you want to call him, of Michael Jordan now, going to be going against Tatum, who is the new Kobe, if you will. Not that there is ever going to be a new Kobe. And then the prospect of Tatum playing Kobe's old team. And they'll talk about, oh, this man grew up a diehard Lakers fan. He loved Kobe. And then between Kobe and Bill, now we have two deaths meeting up. So to me, that ties in much more than just Bill dying. You have, Kobe, who obviously I think he faked his death. That's just my theory. But whatever you want to say happened. Kobe's not here in the NBA, in the limelight. And so he's gone for the Lakers. Lakers get a Russell, D'Angelo Russell. I went into that. I thought that was odd. And Celtics have Tatum, the next, quote, the next Kobe. So, yeah, with the narratives, this time it's more symbolism that I'm using, but also the way they're pitching Tatum, the way he's being presented, the way Jimmy's being presented as a one-man show. I do think it's got to be Lakers Celtics. I know that sounds obvious at this point, but again, I'm not going to just double down and say, oh no, it's going to be the Nuggets. I got to be honest. And yeah, the Heat fit my color theory, but I just don't see the draw. I saw it with the Sixers, and the Celtics, I really didn't have going back, but I do think if it's going to be the Lakers, which it's just looking like as far as because of this bubble nonsense where they're just literally repeating everything, almost down to the amount of games, I think it's going to be Celtics-Lakers, and I think it makes perfect sense that the Celtics win. Now, obviously, we'll go into each game, and I'll go because, me, sometimes I'll find something and change my mind. Maybe I'll see something about Jimmy and change my mind. But as of now, I think they're just completely putting in our faces Celtics-Lakers. People on my Discord have brought up that they were doing a commercial that was, I think it was Jamie Foxx and Kevin Garnett, where they were putting bets on the Celtics and Lakers. They just picked two random teams, for a FanDuel commercial. But those were the guys they happened to pick. So to me, it all ties in really, really well. And who's going to win that, I can't say. Well, actually, I do have an opinion. Right now, I do have an opinion. You probably know my opinion. But it's just a lot's going to happen still. But I do think we'll go into each game because I still think Game 1 in Denver. I like Denver, to be honest, right now. I think the Heat might get off to an early start. Again, the Heat are the first play-in team to go this far, so they could mix it up and give us the Lakers Heat again to completely repeat the bubble. But I just feel like another thing is how many more opportunities are we going to have this Celtics? You can almost call them a dynasty, I guess, kind of like the Bucks, just like a team that's constantly there, versus the LeBron Lakers. This will probably be the last opportunity. They might play again if Bronny gets drafted to the Lakers. I have that theory. But I just feel like if they're going to go this far with it, then it's stupid not to pull the trigger. Before I had the Lakers dropping off sooner, so they completely outperformed my expectations. But for the Celtics, I just don't see much of a reason between the Bill Russell dying in between both of their prospective, seasons, and you got the Lakers now. Like I said, the way they're being positioned, Caruso, the former Laker, basically telling us the bubble is repeating itself. And just the way that the Nuggets and Heat have looked, I don't think they've been pitched as finals teams. If you think back to the Warriors Celtics, I'm getting those vibes from the Lakers Celtics. I'm not getting those vibes from the Heat or the Nuggets. I'm getting individual player crazy performances, kind of like we saw from Dallas, Memphis last year, not like we saw from the Warriors, Celtics. So yeah, again, I don't think you run the Celtics all the way this far back, only for them to lose early. They did it with the Bucks. They did it with the Suns. So yes, you can do it. I just don't think it's going to happen. So yeah, I know it sounds kind of obvious, but I think they repeat the bubble to an extent. Again, the bubble was the Heat. And I think they're going to have Jason Tatum go against his childhood team. And it's going to be him versus LeBron, passing of the guard type deal. And at the same time, you got Bill Russell and Kobe Bryant, who they're going to be talking about, in my opinion. So yeah, I just wanted to go into that. I will have baseball out because there's nothing going on tomorrow. And again, today we did go with baseball. I mean, it was just an extension of yesterday. Pirates came through. That was nice. They paid almost 1.5 to 1 on a leg 3, which is big. And we also did well with our other games. We had our first leg 3 loss, actually, after like 21 closed sequences. The Royals did not come through. But all in all, baseball has just been a gem. So I'm going to continue to, post them. I know people don't love baseball, but with it being the only sport available, maybe more people will give it a chance. Again, it's more for, even if you want to do $1 bets, it's more for people that just want to follow the system and see the money management aspect of the channel. But yeah, for the narratives, for the fun part, I wanted to go into this. I think a lot of people will be happy to hear it because, I think it's nice when we're aligned. And I haven't, I know it seems like I've just been hating on the Lakers all year. I just genuinely thought they were going to wait until Bronny debuted. To me, that made sense. And the Sixers, I'm no shame in that prediction. I made it in the preseason. It was completely fixated around Doc, who was odds-on favorite to get fired, to be the first coach fired. And I think I did a pretty good job of picking a team that almost made it. So nothing crazy there. We had 9 of the Eastern playoff teams. The Wizards were the only one we got wrong. I had them getting in instead of the Raptors. And on the West side, I did not have the Lakers getting in. Instead, it was the Blazers. And I had the Thunder getting in instead of the Kings. That was my preseason pick. So, again, I wouldn't say too bad, all in all. Obviously, the Clippers getting bumped early. The Lakers making me look foolish. And then the Sixers losing. Not great. But it's all about the long term. If you guys think I'm here to tell you I know the answers and I'm going to predict all the right games, then this channel's not for you. I'm not that good. I am good with saying no other channel can make the claim that if you follow my picks step for step with my units, you'll be up over 100 units, or on a given week you'll be up between 5 and 10 units. That I can say. And it's not to be braggadocious. It's just for people there's a lot of people that kind of come in and they just see a few basketball videos and they're like, oh man, you're just a stupid Sixers fan, or oh, you're a dumb Lakers fan, you don't understand gematria. And I look into it all, I really do. I used a lot of gematria for the Warriors last year. I used a lot of gematria for the Yankees this year, and obviously it didn't work out for the Yankees. So I do use it. I just also try and look at what makes sense. I can say, I alluded to it earlier, the Lakers repeating or the Lakers getting a ring before Bronny is debuted. I still heavily doubt, but I think they want to really reinforce this bubble narrative, which they already have. And so we have the same Final Four, and it should be really interesting. So, yeah, I don't see any better draw right now than Tatum versus the Lakers. Again, Kobe, Bill Russell. It just seems to me to make too much sense. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'll go into baseball. We're going to be playing a lot of series tomorrow, too, because there's actually summer, on game 3 of the series, summer finishing up. And between tomorrow and the next day, we're going to have a lot of nice ones because there's still a lot of teams that are a little bit outside of historical norms as far as metrics. And as you can see, it's been doing really good thus far. So take care, everybody, and happy earnings.